the Advancing Energy Podcast, featuring topics and trends on precision power conversion, measurement, and control solutions.
Welcome back to part 2 of our Industry Trend podcast series. Again, I'm Andrew Huang, and I'm here today with Edwin Mok. Hi, Edwin.
Hey, Andrew.
On our last podcast, we talked about 3 macro trends: AI, the trillion-dollar semiconductor industry, and energy efficiency. We discussed how they influence the power market and discussed how advanced energy will address each of those trends.
Yeah, let's continue with a discussion on the next three trends, which are electrification, industrial automation, and medical equipment innovation.
Electrification is another energy-related macro trend. Going from fossil fuels as a direct energy source to electricity due to environmental concerns, such as greenhouse gas emissions, and in some cases, more efficient uses of energy. The transportation industry is responsible for 28% of all U.S. greenhouse gas emissions. As a result, electrification in this sector is the most well-known trend. Where are some of the key areas we are seeing this shift?
Yeah, the two main areas in transportation are obviously EVs, electrical vehicle, and also railroads.
Yes, most people associate electrification with EVs. Maybe you can share with us, how does AE benefit from the adoption of EVs?
Yeah, so Advanced Energy is mostly focused on the manufacturing supply chain on EVs. We help EVs or battery manufacturer do a lot of testing while they're doing the production, basically. This includes battery charging testing, ground testing of the EV system, as well as testing of how all the various power systems in EVs. Our portfolio of products allow customers to meet these stringent testing requirements, which is important because EV use very high power on the vehicle.
Given the tariff situation, EVs and EV components are certainly in the spotlight today. You mentioned railways as another potential transportation subsector. What are some of the trends there?
Yeah, so it's also affected railways. Railway is going through electrification because railway operators try to be more efficient, reduce emission. It also, in some cases, reduce operating costs, and definitely have quiet cars, which is important for the passengers. Modernization of the railway system have a lot of new power solution in there, and Advanced Energy offer a bunch of the power solution to enable those things.
Beyond transportation, what are some of the other opportunities in electrification?
Yeah, so steel manufacturing is also benefiting from electrification. Steel manufacturing historically used gas power, which has a really high emission, basically. That's actually, in fact, some studies suggest that steel manufacturing contribute up to 8% of the global emissions, which is a pretty high number. There's a trend in steel manufacturing where manufacturers moving to electric-based arc furnace that is used to do manufacturing recycling steel, which is significantly more efficient. Some sources suggest that it reduced 72% of energy use per ton of production, and also 40% reduction on water usage. Advanced Energy offer power control units that is used in the steel industry, and we believe that this will ultimately also help our manufacturer customer to reduce their operating costs.
Okay, moving on to industrial automation. Recent trends of increased onshoring and reshoring of manufacturing in developed countries such as the US have accelerated the adoption of automation to help maintain competitiveness. We've certainly seen design activity increase significantly in this area. Can you elaborate on some of the trends we see and how AE will participate?
Yeah, so automation technologies such as robots, automated machines, or like control system obviously have been implemented across a variety of sectors, especially in manufacturing. Here at Advanced Energy, our focus has been on providing high-performance power solutions to meet these growing needs. And we've seen clearly increased adoption of these new solutions.
What about AI? How does that impact the adoption of automation?
Yeah, certainly AI accelerates adoption of automation because it further improves productivity efficiency. New technology that are AI enabled, such as autonomous robots, collaborative robots, or what some people call automated guided vehicle or AGV, are being adopted in manufacturing floor, in warehouse, in distribution center. I think somewhere down the road, humanoid robots will also come.
Interesting. How does AE participate in this trend?
Yeah, so AE has a lot of domain knowledge in terms of powering robots and how power conversion, all the power conversion challenge relate to powering robots. And we offer our customer, reference design for that, which help our customer improve the, ability of their robots. In addition, we have developed a bunch of specific tailor design, especially for charging AGV, which is important for large-scale installation of AGV, especially for factories and warehouses.
Okay. Lastly, let's talk about how medical equipment innovation drives demand for our industry. In November of last year, one of our colleagues, Dr. Simone Baer-Lang, attended the Medica and CompaMed trade shows in Dusseldorf, Germany. Afterwards, she shared a blog with several key trends that she sees in the medical device space. I'd like to briefly discuss three of them. The first is the trend towards decentralization of healthcare delivery. This is driving demand for point-of-care and at-home medical devices and an increase for more portable systems. Can you talk a little bit about how that affects the demand for power?
Yeah, so definitely manufacturers looking to make more compact battery power solution to meet this trend, but they don't want to compromise functionality. So as a result, there's a unique set of requirements that is enabling our customer to meet those demand. I talk about actually energy efficiency being an important factor in our last podcast, and that's definitely an important factor here for medical application as well. And in fact, I think one of the research analysts that we look at predict that this market will triple to $160 billion in the next 10 years.
Another major trend facing medical device manufacturers is the shift towards an increasingly complex regulatory environment. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, so this is actually driving a lot of demand for suppliers into the medical industry. Certainly for power supply, we are offering medical certified product to help our customer meet some of these certification requirements. Specifically for advanced energy, we have a unique set of cardiac float or CF rated power supply. We are one of the few companies that is able to offer CF rated product that meet this most stringent electric safety requirement. Why is that important? Well, essentially, by these products prevent any kind of power impact or safety impact to medical device that might either touch the heart or touch the bloodstream. Therefore, it's very important for patient safety. As one of the few companies that are offering these solutions, we help our customer, which are the medical device maker, to make products that meet this unique requirement. This is, as you said, an increased challenge for the space, and we are, in the forefront of addressing it.
And finally, we would be remiss to end our discussion without another reference to AI. AI will affect the medical sector across a wide range of applications. Can you talk about some of the potential benefits?
Yeah, so I think the most common application for AI is in diagnostic, like for example, imaging. Because of AI, it helps reduce the time it takes to do an imaging scan of an X-ray or whatnot, and it reduces exposure for a patient for that particular type of imaging technology. It also results in faster treatment, which also increases the productivity of this equipment. These AI equipment is driving a new generation of diagnostic and treatment solution, and we are seeing the increased demand as a result for our power supply for those applications.
And that's the end of our second industry podcast. Edwin, thanks for taking the time.
Thank
I
you.
hope the audience enjoyed our discussion, and please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Advancing Energy Podcast. Be sure to subscribe.